Welcome back to AFT Die Season 7. It is a brand new season. We had Melbourne win the Premiership in Season 6. The scores for the grand final were Melbourne 21 goals, 8, 134 to Richmond 7, 15, 57. Melbourne's second Premiership in 6 seasons. All right, let's kick it off. We've got Brisbane versus Adelaide as the match of the round. Let's kick it off with the first game, GWS Giants versus North Melbourne at Giant Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter's done. North Melbourne have kicked 6 goals, 37 to GWS 128. 29 points of difference to North Melbourne. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, North Melbourne have kicked 6 goals, 5 to GWS Giants, 4 goals, 4. And at half time, Giants are down by 42 points. Let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter, Giants, they've kicked 5 goals, 2 to North Melbourne, 6 goals, 4. And at three-quarter time, North Melbourne are leading by 50 points. Go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, North Melbourne have won it. They kick 4 goals, 4 to Giants, 2 goals, 4. And in the end, North Melbourne have won by 62 points. Giants, final score, 12 goals, 12, 84 to North Melbourne, 22 goals, 14, 146. All right, let's go to the second game. It is Port Adelaide versus West Coast at Adelaide Oval. First quarter's done. West Coast, they've kicked 6 goals, 2, 38 to Port Adelaide, 1 goal, 4, 10. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Port Adelaide, they've kicked 6 goals, 3 to West Coast, 3 goals, 4. And at half time, Port Adelaide are just down by 11 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Port Adelaide, they've kicked 5 goals, 1 to the West Coast, 3 goals, 2. And at three-quarter time, it is 80 apiece. 12 goals, 8, 80. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Port Adelaide have won by 10 points. They've kicked 5 goals, 2 to West Coast, 3 goals, 4. And in the end, Port Adelaide final score 17-10, 112 to West Coast, 15-12, 102. Okay, let's go to the third game of the round. It is Sydney versus Geelong at SCCG. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter, Sydney have kicked 5 goals, 3 to Geelong, 3 goals, 4. Sydney are up by 11 points. Second quarter. Second quarter, Sydney have kicked 6 goals, 6 to Geelong, 4 goals, 2. And at half time, Sydney are leading by 27 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Sydney have kicked 4 goals, 3 to Geelong, 1 goal, 6. And Sydney are up by 42 points. Going into the last quarter. Last quarter, Sydney have kicked 6 goals, 5 to Geelong, 5 goals, 5. And Sydney in the end have won by 48 points. Sydney final score 21-17, 143 to Geelong, 13-17, 95. Let's go to the fourth game of the round. It's Western Bulldogs versus St Kilda. And Western Bulldogs have kicked 6 goals, 1, 37 to St Kilda, 5 goals, 2, 32. It's 5 points of difference to the Bulldogs. Second quarter, St Kilda, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Bulldogs, 5 goals, 1. And at half time, it's 6 points the difference. St Kilda 74 to Bulldogs 68. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, we've got Bulldogs, they've kicked 4 goals, 6 to St Kilda, 5 goals, 6. And St Kilda are 12 points up, 98 to St Kilda 110. Let's go to the last quarter. Let's see who wins. And in the end, St Kilda have won by 12 points. Both teams kicked 1 goal, 1 in the last quarter. Western Bulldogs final score 16-9, 105 to St Kilda 17-15, 117. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Fremantle versus Richmond at Optus Stadium. We've got Fremantle. They've kicked 3 goals, 2 to Richmond, 4 goals, 2. And Richmond are up by 6 points at quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Richmond, they kick 4 goals, 4 to Fremantle, 2 goals, 6. Richmond are up by 16 points. Go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Richmond, they've kicked 5 goals, 4 to Fremantle, 4 goals, 2. And at 3/4 time, Richmond are up by 24 points. Let's go to last quarter. Last quarter, very even. Richmond have won it by 3 points. They kicked 6 goals, 4 to Fremantle, 6 goals, 1. And in the end, Richmond have won by 27 points. Final scores, Fremantle 15-11, 101 to Richmond 19-14, 128. All right. Let's go to the next game. It is Essendon versus Carlton. We've got Carlton. They kicked 6 goals, 1 to Essendon, 1 goal, 3 in that last quarter. In the first quarter, Carlton are leading by 28 points. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Essendon, they've kicked 4 goals, 3 to Carlton, 2 goals, 4. And Carlton at halftime are 17 points up. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, we've got Essendon, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Carlton, 4 goals, 6. And at 3/4 time, Carlton are leading by 5 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Carlton have won by 1 point. Essendon, they kicked 5 goals, 1 to Carlton, 4 goals, 3. Essendon won the quarter, but didn't win the game. Final scores, Essendon 16 goals, 13, 109 to Carlton, 16-14, 110. All right, what a nail biter that one was. Let's go to the next game. It's Melbourne versus Gold Coast Suns. We've got Melbourne, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Gold Coast, 5 goals, 3. Gold Coast are 8 points down, leading into the second quarter. Let's go to the second quarter. And Melbourne, they've kicked 4 goals, 1 to Gold Coast, 1 goal, 6. And at halftime, Melbourne are leading by 21 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Gold Coast, they've kicked 4 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 3 goals, 5. And Melbourne are still up by 16 points at 3/4 time. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Melbourne have won by 17 points. They won the quarter by 1 point. They kicked 3 goals, 3 to Gold Coast, 3-2. Final scores, Melbourne 16-14, 110 to Gold Coast, 13-15, 93. All right, let's go to the second last game of the round. It's Hawthorn versus Collingwood at Marvel Stadium. We've got Collingwood. They've kicked 3 goals, 4 to Hawthorn, 3 goals, 1. Collingwood are up by 3 points second quarter. Second quarter, Collingwood, they've kicked 3 goals, 1 to Hawthorn, 2 goals, 5 at halftime. Collingwood are leading by 5 points. Third quarter, very even. Collingwood have won by 1 point. They kicked 4 goals, 5 to Hawthorn, 4 goals, 4. And at 3/4 time, Hawthorn are down by 6 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. And in the end, very even. Collingwood won it by 2 points. They kicked 5 goals, 3 to Hawthorn, 5 goals, 1. And in the end, Collingwood have won by 8 points. All right. Final scores, Hawthorn 14-11, 95 to Collingwood 15-13, 103. All right. This There's one more game to go to conclude the first round for season 7. And we've got Brisbane versus Adelaide Crows at the Gabba. First quarter, we've got Brisbane. They kick 5 goals, 32 to Adelaide Crows, 4 goals, 28. It's 4 points of difference, second quarter. Second quarter, Adelaide, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Brisbane, 2 goals, 4. And at half time, Brisbane are down by 22 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Brisbane, they've kicked 6 goals, 3 to Adelaide, 4 goals, 1. And at three-quarter time, Adelaide are leading by 8 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Brisbane have won by 18 points. They kick 6 goals, 1 to Adelaide, 1 goal, 5. Final scores, Brisbane 19-10, 124 to Adelaide Crows 15-16, 106. So that concludes round 1. We've got in the top 4, we've got North Melbourne on top, Sydney second, Richmond third, and Melbourne fourth. And then we've got remaining 4 teams in the 8. We've got Brisbane Lions, St Kilda, Port Adelaide, and Collingwood. And down the bottom there, we've got GWS Giants. All right, the match of the round in round 2 is Richmond versus Essendon at the MCG. And we've got North Melbourne on top of the ladder. They're the best offense team and defense team for round 1. All right, that concludes round 1 for season 7. We'll see you next time.